Good morning, YouTube.
Morning.
It's 4:30 in the morning, and we are flying to New York from Florida because that's where we were. That's just where we were first. We're very excited and a little bit nervous. So
Very tired.
and very tired.
Look, it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah. So this is my outfit for our travel day. So I'm wearing this on the plane. This sweater is gonna go over it once we get to New York, but I just am so prone to I just get so hot on the plane. So anyways, so right now I'm wearing this. So I have a turtleneck, and then I have a belt and my black skinny jeans. These are good airplane pants because they're stretchy. And then I'm wearing my Chelsea rain boots. So we'll see. I'll see you next time I see you. I will be in New York. Woo! All right, well, we made it. We're here.
We did.
It's noon, almost. Oh, sorry, almost 11, right?
Almost 11, yeah.
And we're going to eat our first meal of the day at Malibu Farms.
Yeah. New York to eat at Malibu Farms.
Yay!
It's cold.
It's so cold.
We'll be good. This is fun. We're good.
Our trip to Malibu Farms was great. It was a really nice atmosphere and a really nice place to have our first meal of the trip. I ended up getting a scramble, and Caleb got this cool French toast thing, which honestly ended up being more like a bread pudding. We just got done with brunch, and it was great.
It was.
Probably a solid 7 out of 10.
Fair.
I feel like it was pretty good. And now we're just out on the pier taking a look at the Brooklyn Bridge. We ended up spending quite a bit of time on the pier, just kind of walking around and looking at things. There were a lot of cute little photo ops and this really adorable bookstore that we absolutely love. Every time we see a bookstore, we go in. We just really like browsing and shopping around at books. Such a good time. And this particular bookstore actually had a cafe in the first level, which was also so cute. And you can't begin your first day in New York without a cup of coffee. On our way back to the hotel to just get some rest, we stopped at the Oculus, which is this huge train station with a huge mall in it too that was beautifully decorated for Christmas. Okay, so we're headed back to our hotel to get a little bit of a break before our Broadway show tonight. It is literally so cold.
Southern California did not prepare for this. I'm wearing my mask half for protection from COVID and then half for just pure warmth.
I'm so cold right now. And earlier today, I was walking around and I was like, oh, this is no big deal. I'm walking, I'm warm, not a problem. But I decided not to wear a base layer and only wear one jacket. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put all my layers on because this is impossible.
You can't play with it.
It's so cold, you cannot play at all.
But overall,
still great.
still doing good.
Yeah.
Still doing good.
Yeah. So this is my outfit for tonight. I wanted to show you all. We're going to a Broadway show, so I'm dressed up a little bit. I'm wearing my silk shirt from Cezanne, my corduroy pants, a pair of Chelsea boots, and then to keep me warm because I was really cold today, I have my wool scarf, my puffer jacket, this old leather coat that my mom let me borrow for this trip, so I'm super excited, and then my beret, which is both stylish and functional because it does keep my head very warm, and of course gloves, which are super important. So yeah, I'm so excited. We're seeing Wicked, which is, I just can't wait. I've wanted to see it for forever, so yay. And here's Caleb, who looks very spiffy himself.
Try.
Look at these.
Nothing compared
Those
to
are
Lauren.
Veas. They're this ethical sneaker brand. Pretty cool. Looking good.
Yep, Lauren.
You're welcome. We had dinner at this super cute Mexican restaurant called Ya Ya Ya. It was a vegan restaurant, and one of our favorite things to do when we travel is try cool vegan and vegetarian places, and it was absolutely delicious. We got a really delicious vegan chorizo burrito, some cauliflower tacos, and you'll notice throughout that you'll see two adults that tend to stick with us throughout the whole trip, and those are my dear mother and father-in-law, so you'll definitely be seeing them around. I topped it all off by sharing this delicious piece of raspberry chocolate cheesecake with Caleb. At this point, we were still getting the hang of riding the subway, but I mean, practice makes perfect, right? We got to our show and enjoyed it so much. Wicked is an absolutely fantastic show, and seeing Broadway shows is probably one of my favorite things. Good morning, it's day 2 in New York. We've gotten a little bit of a late start this morning. We're recovering from a very exhausting trip yesterday, and then also a very full day, and also a little bit of a late night. Just trying to get some things done. Anyways, but we're still ready to have a good day. We're about to head down to have breakfast at the hotel. And then what's our plan after that, Caleb?
Probably gonna head to Chelsea, Chelsea Market, the High Line. This place called Little Island. It's like a new park over the water.
Yeah.
Pretty excited about that.
Yeah. So pretty fun.
Plenty planned.
So we'll try to stuff it all in. Even though we got started a little bit late, it's still going to be a great day.
For sure. Sleep is important.
Yes. I learned from yesterday's mistakes and decided to layer a little bit more today. I'm wearing long johns, which you can't see, button down, a sweater, a scarf, a jacket, a hat, my jeans, and boots. So right now we're in Chelsea Market. It's really cute. There are a bunch of the shops. Oh, sweet. There's like a fun, no, you can't see it. There's like a bread store. There's a bunch of cute like independent vendors. Also some more popular ones, but it's a really just beautiful area, and it feels very Christmassy, which is really nice.
It is exciting, and it's warm.
Yeah, it's so warm in here, which is great to get outside from the cold. Cool little island on stilts is called Little Island. It's like almost a hiking trail just right out into the water, and it's a really adorable space with some fun little like chimes and toys and fun optical illusions that you can spin around, and just a really nice kind of breath of fresh air right outside of the city. Next, we took a walk on the High Line, which I believe connects Chelsea to Hudson Yards, which you'll see later on this same day. But it was a great place to get not only some views of the city, but also views of some cool apartment buildings, which I always enjoy. Speaking of apartment buildings, one of my favorite things to do, even if it's single family homes, has been to walk around the neighborhoods and just kind of see how people have decorated their stoops for Christmas or their doorways. It just really brings the Christmas spirit, and that's echoed in the wonderful roadside stands and little Christmas tree shops that you can buy your Christmas trees at. Plus, there's nothing better for Christmas spirit than a warm, beautiful pastry shop with authentic French pastries, good coffee, and a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere, which is what this is. We went to La Bergamo to get some shelter from the chilly weather outside and also to get a midday snack. And I have to say, this is probably one of the best almond croissants I've ever had, and I'm super picky. This place is really good. There's very, very few things better than a pastry and a coffee or a hot chocolate when you're cold outside. So
Here's the spot.
definitely perfect. After our afternoon snack at La Bergamo, we started walking and walking and walking, and we ended up all the way at the Macys. And we actually walked a lot today. I think we started at 14th Street and ended up somewhere around the mid 50s. I don't know exactly which street we ended up on, but somewhere around there. So we walked a lot. And one thing I have noticed about New York is that it's a really big deal for the department stores to go absolutely all out for Christmas. So if you want to feel the Christmas spirit in New York, finding a department store, whether that's the Macys, the Nordstrom, the Saks, or really any department store, you're going to find the Christmas spirit there. And so we headed towards Macys, which is such an iconic storefront for the Christmas season. It wasn't long after Macys that we found ourselves in Times Square, which is of course another New York City destination. This is a really insane place, lots of advertisements and stuff like that, but also just the quintessential New York hustle and bustle, which always feels kind of pleasant around the holidays. We initially stopped at Nordstrom to pick up a pair of shoes for my mother-in-law, but just watch what happens.
Hold on, I'm not in the picture.
Oh my word, no way!
Okay, you want me to say hello to you? Got little nieces or nephews or
Well,
friends?
actually, I'm filming it for my YouTube channel. Do you want to say hello to all my subscribers?
Oh, wonderful.
You got Santa himself.
What's your name?
Lauren.
Lauren, and you are?
Caleb.
Lauren and Caleb.
You got
Lauren
it.
and
Do you want me to
Caleb.
mention Caleb?
Sure, you can mention
Okay,
him.
how about
That's
like
fine.
this? Hi, I'm with you.
It improves the video
Lauren
for
and
sure.
Caleb.
Videos
Hi,
go.
Lauren subscribers. I'm here in Nordstrom having a wonderful time from New York. And she wanted to thank you for such a great year. Her subscribership has grown and she has all these wonderful followers.
Oh, my
and
Lord.
Caleb is so jealous of her time that he had to sneak her away to this store and hide here.
That's
But
true.
he's such a good man. And Lauren, I'm so proud of you. Your mom
Thank
and dad
you.
wanted to let you know that you've been such a good girl this year.
you.
That you're going to pretty much get everything on your list.
Oh,
man.
good.
All right, except for the top 5. Eat your heart out, subscribers. Jeez, with Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, Santa loves you.
Pretty cool, huh? This is just a quick look at the Columbus Circle Holiday Market. We'll be back here later this week for a tour of Central Park. After meeting Santa, we hopped on the subway and made it to another shopping center. This one is in Hudson Yards to see the beautiful decorations, also to get some dinner, but also to see this beautifully decorated plaza. And this big feature that you see out front is called The Vessel. Now, it used to be open to visitors and it no longer is anymore, but you can see that the outside has been beautifully decorated with Christmas lights. And if you wanted to get your warm Christmas light fix, this is the place to go. We got together with some close friends for dinner who just happened to be New York locals, and they're not pictured here, but after dinner, we headed out to this viewing deck called The Edge. It was a stunning view, but the wind was insane. Perfect way to end the day. Second day in New York. It's pretty good.
Warm drinks, very, very high in the sky.
Yes. Woohoo! Cheers.
Cheers.
The next day started just as it should, with a warm cup of tea. This is my outfit of the day. I've got my long underwear, and then a black turtleneck, and then my alpaca crew from Everlane, a puffy to keep me warm, plus hat and gloves, black skinny jeans, wool socks, and my waterproof boots to keep my feet clean and warm, all of the above. We're going on a bike ride today. I'm very excited. Good morning from Brooklyn. We're about to go on a bike tour of Brooklyn. I don't know exactly where we're going. I think we're going a little bit of all over.
The beauty of it.
Yeah, so I'm really excited for that. I don't know if I'll get a lot of footage of it because I don't want to film while I'm biking because I don't want to crash.
Fair point.
But I think it'll be a fun time.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yay!
Exciting. Hopefully we don't get run over.
Hopefully not. I think it'll be okay. This bike tour is easily one of the favorite things that I did while I was in NYC. I'm so thankful that Caleb found this and booked it for all of us, and it was such a blast. We did the tour with Brooklyn Giro Tours. It's Giro, and our tour guide was Seth, who really just had a hilarious, he was just really funny and did a great job. We went all over the place from Brooklyn Heights to down by the water to Red Hook to a bunch of different places in Brooklyn, and it was a really I really didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did, and I really loved it. We finished off with an awesome view of the city and of Brooklyn Bridge. I would really highly recommend this to anybody who goes to New York. Now, this day also just happened to be my birthday, and so Caleb wanted to treat me a little bit, and I knew there was a Cezanne store in New York, the only one in the United States, so I decided that we would head over there and check it out. It was a beautiful storefront and a lovely store. I didn't end up getting anything, but it was still pleasant to stop by. After visiting the Cezanne store, Caleb and I went on a walk to find Essex Market, and this was another one of those really cool kind of food and produce markets. I just love these. It's a great way to find local produce and also really fun and unexpected snacks. We had some time before dinner, and so we grabbed a couple of snacks, an empanada, and then some Brazilian cheese bread that is featured here that I grew up eating and my dad still makes for me when I visit home, but it was absolutely delicious. Highly, highly recommend. Not pictured between Essex Market and dinner is a trip back to the hotel to relax for a little bit, but for dinner we went to this beautiful French restaurant, such a quaint little place called Delice and Cersin, and interestingly enough, it was a completely plant-based French restaurant, so totally vegan. It was so fun, a great experience, and the food was totally delish. We really packed the evening with Christmas festivities, but we walked to Saks to see the light show, and it was insane. And while the Saks Light Show is breathtaking, there are few things that can compete with seeing the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center for the very first time.
All right, about to turn the corner.
Okay.
Let's go. Oh my word. Through the sea of people.
It's huge.
It's Christmas.
As someone who just really, really loves Christmas, I would be lying if I said that I didn't get just a tad bit emotional seeing this iconic tree and ice skating rink from movie after movie, including one of my favorites, Home Alone: Lost in New York. Day 4's outfits consisted of my corduroys, turtleneck, beanie, puffer, boots, and scarf to keep me warm. Wednesday's breakfast was at this adorable cafe called The Butcher's Daughter. It was a vegetarian cafe. I think they have some in LA, but this was such a beautiful, pleasant space to eat our breakfast. Good morning!
Hey, good morning. Merry Christmas.
I got the veggie breakfast burrito, and Caleb's perpetual sweet tooth drew him to the chai French toast. We spent the most of our morning walking around the West Village area, and I just absolutely loved this morning because the homes had so much beautiful greenery and Christmas decorations outside. And this walk, of course, included a stop at the famous Magnolia Bakery. This is especially iconic if you watch Sex and the City, which I've never seen an episode of Sex and the City, but apparently this is a big deal, and the cupcake was pretty good. One of the highlights of this day was a food tour of Greenwich Village with Nice Guy Tours. Our tour guide, Dante, it's his company, and it was such a fun experience. Fair warning, I forgot to take a lot of footage of this tour, but you'll see the places that I did take footage of. We stopped by this really cool family-owned Italian specialties store, went to a bagel place, went to a authentic New York pizza place, followed by a place that specializes in French fries, falafels, and then this crazy loaded pizza that you'll see at the end here. But I really enjoyed this tour, and I would highly recommend it. It's filling, fun, and super educational. It looks pretty intense. Caleb, what's on this?
Many things.
4 cheeses,
Cream.
artichoke, cream, butter, 2 layers of dough.
Very healthy.
Super healthy.
Cream. There's literally cream in the middle of this pizza.
It's like eating just straight up Alfredo sauce. I mean, it's like...
Which is good.
Yeah.
That tastes good.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to eat a whole pizza of this.
Yeah, I'm about done. Anyways, worth a try. The food tour finished off at Molly's Cupcakes, which is Chicago-based cupcakery. And you know what they say, 2 cupcakes a day keeps the doctor away. So that's exactly what we did today, and our cupcakes were awesome. After the food tour was over, we headed to the Bryant Park Christmas Village for even more of the Christmas spirit. This was a really great place to catch some people ice skating and then also to see some fun Christmas vendors. We ended up getting this pair of puppy dog socks. They're not for dogs, but they have dogs on them, and they had a Cavapoo, which is what Remy is, and we were missing him pretty badly, so we got a pair of those. We thought about ice skating, but the wait was 5 hours long, so we decided not to. We finished the night off with a pair of ginger mocktails and some chocolate mousse. Good morning. Today is our last day in New York. We're leaving for the airport at 3 p.m. So we just have kind of the morning and the early afternoon to do some stuff. So right now we're sitting in the hotel restaurant to eat some breakfast because it's just been nice, and we've had some breakfast credits, so that way we've been able to use it, and it's pretty convenient. Plus, it's pretty yummy. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of talk about how the trip has been so far. I'm going to still vlog the rest of today, but just kind of do a little bit of a wrap up. I do want to say that for all of you who were concerned for my comfort during when I filmed the travel capsule video with me, I want to say that I have been super warm this entire trip. Long johns have been great. even though like a long coat probably would have been, you know, would have like looked nicer probably, or been like a good long-term investment, I just didn't feel comfortable like making a long-term purchase, you know, like so hastily, and I wanted to give it a lot of thought, and so made the layering work, and I was more than comfortable. And you know, the temperatures have been manageable. I mean, it's like 32 right now, but like with like long johns and some layers, like you're fine with like a puffy or like a thinner jacket.
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
So it's been pretty good. So I think our favorite parts. I don't know. What has been your favorite part?
It's tough. There's so much to see and do in New York City, especially in the holiday season, some holiday markets, all kinds of stuff. A lot of my stuff revolves around food that I enjoy.
Yeah, same.
Shocking, but I really enjoyed this place called Essex Market. It's nothing too crazy, but it was just... it's a really pretty area inside, and there's so many different types of food that I just normally don't have a chance to get.
Yeah.
We had some of the Brazilian cheese bread.
Yeah, that was great.
Pão de queijo, and then like an empanada and the cookies that were really cool. It's just really cool, unique food, and I love it's all in one spot, so you can just jump around and get little bites from each of them.
Yeah, the food markets are nice. I like the accessibility of food.
Yeah.
Like things tend to be like pretty close together, and especially in like the food markets, it makes it really easy to just like try a lot of really small things, but like have a lot of it. So it's like
for sure,
it's nice.
Do that or Hudson Yards. It's the vessel there.
It's really
the
beautiful.
Lights, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think my favorite thing so far, this is like simple. It's like not really a big thing. I mean, it's not simple, but like it's a really small thing. But I feel like my favorite, just because it was so Christmassy, like I loved seeing the Saks holiday light show, and then like seeing the tree in front of Rockefeller Center. Like that was just so iconic, and I would have been disappointed if we hadn't. So that was super fun. But who knows? Today could be our favorite. I mean, we could find some favorites today too. So we still have like a half day, a little bit more than a half day to like enjoy ourselves. So Caleb, why don't you give us like a brief overview of what we're doing today?
Yeah, so I think the next main thing on our schedule is to do a Central Park walking tour, which we really haven't even touched Central Park, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but
like
just
not
shows
even been near
how much
it
there
all.
is to see in New York. But the park has like conservancy or trust or something, and they do tours, walking tours. So I'm pretty excited about that. Like, obviously you can do it by yourself, but just having someone pointing out the highlights and like adding some extra history and facts is going to be really nice. So that'll be a major portion of our morning, doing the walking tour. And then I have a friend here in New York, and gonna eat lunch with him, connect with him and some of his friends. And then the final thing is the 9/11 Museum, which is actually quite near our hotel.
Yeah, super close.
So excited to see that and learn more about that portion of our history.
Yeah, we've been able to like walk by the 9/11 memorial where the Twin Towers used to be. And that's like a really beautiful space, but there's also a museum adjacent to that. So we're gonna, we were able to get like kind of a really short like reservation for that. It's like right up against when we have to leave for our flight. So we'll try to make the most of it, but I'm excited to do that. And yeah, who knows? I think today is gonna be a great last day. So we'll see.
See ya.
Our Central Park walking tour was short but informative, and it was quite chilly out today, so we were happy that it was short. This was wonderful, and one of my favorite parts of Central Park is the Central Park Mall and seeing the musicians outside, and I found this one classical guitarist and just had to record some of his song for you all. after Central Park, it was back to Bryant Park to meet up with some good friends and say goodbye to them since this was our last day in New York. We got some waffles at this wonderful booth called Waffles and Dingas, I think is how you pronounce it, and it was absolutely delicious. We were just a few subway stops away from our last stop of our trip, so we pulled into Oculus, which is this insane train station that I showed earlier in the vlog, and it's adjacent to the World Trade Center. And so we went to the 9/11 Memorial Museum, and it was a really solemn but really, really well done place, and I would really recommend it. And off to the airport we went to end our NYC Christmas vacation. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year!